Well, there is India's Govind Sahani approaching the red corner ahead of our next contest. His opponent is Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI. The Georgian boxer will be operating out of the blue corner.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, bring out his opponent to the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Japan, it's Kazuma Aratake.
So the boxers may have entered the ring a little bit, the arena a little bit prematurely here. So that's why there's just a little bit of a delay before they climb the 3 steps into the ring. I'm sure they'll be introduced formally. So in the meantime, having jumped the gun, well, I'm not sure they've jumped the gun, to be fair, but there was no announcement, and there was no announcement because there are no officials. I think with the protocols that have to be followed regarding ensuring that there are no judges from the country of the boxer who is competing. And of course, if a bout review is taking place and 2 of them happen to be taking place at once, that would use up all of the review panel. But at the moment, I can tell you that here at the Stark Arena, no judges or officials are seated around ring A. I can tell you that there's no referee up in the boxing ring. So, not quite sure how long this pregnant pause is going to last. Difficult time for the boxers, of course, because they're in the arena, ready to go. But they can't step into the ring and begin to compete because there's nobody adjudicating. Of course, that happens plenty of times in training. But this isn't sparring, this is the stage of the World Championships. And so officials required, referees and judges, along with the various other technical personnel, medical personnel required. And now there is a change of shift of officials making their way back into the ring in the case of our referee and to their various vantage points around the boxing ring for the 5 scoring judges. So the contest will get underway imminently. So our referee is Makrotari Sedali of Algeria. We're in the 2nd preliminary round, the round of 16 in the men's 48 kilogram minimum weight tournament. This contest being fought between boxers from India and Georgia. The southpaw wearing red is Govind Sahani, 23 years of age, in his first AIBA World Boxing Championships. It's also the first World Championships at the senior level for Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, 22 years of age, from Georgia. His opponent, Sahani, is 23, and ALAKHVERDOVI, even though it's his first World Championships at the senior level, he has competed on the global stage as recently as this summer when he was representing Georgia at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Cagey start to this contest. First bout of the tournament for ALAKHVERDOVI, having received a bye in the first preliminary round, the round of 32. There he gets onto the front foot, but look at that for a rapid fire southpaw right jab. Left hand was a scoring shot as well from Sahani, who flashes that gum shield as if to say, yeah, this is a taste of the speed you're going to be receiving over the course of this contest. hard left hand driven in, and again, away without reply. But with Sahani trapped on the ropes, he's bobbing and weaving, his head's threatening to go outside of the strands, causing the intervention of the referee. Sahani competing in his second contest of Belgrade 2021, having eliminated Billy Joe Arias of Ecuador, the 2018 national junior champion, who's only 19 years of age. Good uppercut landed on the inside by ALAKHVERDOVI. As the feinting continues. 2 minutes gone in this opening round. Trying to create an opening with these feints, draw a reaction from the opponent that can be responded to, or draw them into something that can be countered. See, again, it's Sahani who got his jab through and found the range first in that attempted trade-off. Again, look at the front feet between the orthodox and the southpaw boxer, coming perilously close together on repeated occasions. A burst of activity concluded with a left jab from ALAKHVERDOVI. Good right jab across to the body after a double jab, set the shot up. Good right hook during the course of that exchange landed by Sahani. Very good action indeed. Not many punches thrown or landed, but the ones that were released were invariably quality. In this battle where feinting was perhaps a prominent feature over the course of the first 3 minutes. And a 3-2 split in favor of Sahani, perhaps a fair reflection of what unfolded over the course of the opening round. So we move into the second round then. Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, even though it's his first senior world championships, mentioned his appearance at the Olympic Games, a very experienced operator, comes to the ring as the 2019 European Games silver medalist and 5 consecutive national titles between the schoolboy and youth levels between 2013 and 2017. European youth titleist taking the gold medal in an APA in Russia in 2017. So again, so much preparation. Ultimately culminating in appearances on the senior level on the global stage. There, a good right hand gets through from ALAKHVERDOVI. It's a man I first saw at the World Youth Championships in St. Petersburg in Russia in the biennial event for age group boxers. Here he is in the fully fledged senior world championships, and he's boxing very well. Sahani continuing to circle in a clockwise direction, beyond punching range at the minute, targeting the body with a straight left jab and then roundhouse right was ALAKHVERDOVI. Midway through the second round, and Sahani, remember, he edged the first on a 3-2 split, but he's going to have to do something in addition to the back foot movement he's showing here, so his work isn't construed as negative. Fires in a right hook there, because he's keeping himself out of trouble for the most part, but in doing so, he's not putting ALAKHVERDOVI under any pressure. There he did try to come forwards behind a 2-shot combination. Oh, well, it's been ruled a slip. I thought that there may have been a left hook in there which helped the southpaw Sahani down to the canvas. So Sahani continuing to inch in and out with his tiptoed movement. Spearing right hand got through there. ALAKHVERDOVI holding and hitting. My goodness. May have been on the blind side of the referee. That was like something from the entertainment business of professional wrestling. Because it was almost as though ALAKHVERDOVI turned his back and then just wrapped his opponent in the face a few times with his free right hand. So closing seconds of the second round, which is becoming increasingly untidy. Very physical at close range between these two boxers. But for what it's worth, I think in the first portion of the round, where it was the man in red who was on the back foot and disengaging, I'd be inclined to score that one in favor of ALAKHVERDOVI. Remember, Sahani took the first on a 3-2 split. But I think this man was the busier in the start of the second round, trying to make the fight, but how will the judges see it? And that's how they do indeed see it as well. Scored unanimously in his favor, which means crucially, we have 3 scorecards of 19 points apiece for judges 1, 4, and 5. It's 20 points to 18 on the other scorecard for ALAKHVERDOVI, but you cannot win 2-0. You need an absolute majority of the 5 scoring judges. So that means with 3 tied scorecards, it has all come down to the final 3 minutes. And of course, ALAKHVERDOVI had something to do with it, but in many respects, I was left with the impression that Sahani conceded that round by not engaging. So how will he come out and apply himself in the third and final round? Immediately he's onto the back foot again, but here he does come forwards, put in a headlock once more by ALAKHVERDOVI. There, Sahani did lead off and attempting to find a body. Well, the man in red has got problems here. A warning for failing to keep his head up. And really, unless a warning comes the other way, is a warning coming the other way for ALAKHVERDOVI's part? Or is there a cut? Well, there's a cut to the left eye of ALAKHVERDOVI caused by an accidental clash of heads after the signal by the referee to the technical official ringside. But for further context, allowing that the doctor allows this contest to continue. So the doctor is happy. Just over 30 seconds gone in the third and final round. But a dramatic development because Govind Sahani, the Indian reigning national champion, oh, look at that, that's a headlock again. And I think he's really going to have to watch himself here, ALAKHVERDOVI, because he's seen his opponent warned for failing to keep his head up. Sahani comes forward and lands with a good southpaw right. It's incredibly physical on the inside. The cut opening up once again after the intervention by the doctor. But for further context, after being hit with a warning for failing to keep his head up and out of harm's way, Sahani will be deducted a point. And given that we had 3 tied scorecards of 19 points apiece, 2 scorecards with ALAKHVERDOVI 20 points to 18 up, unless ALAKHVERDOVI is hit with a warning, it is going to be impossible for Sahani to win this round unless it's a massive final round, which would see him take it 10-8, and that's why the man is increasing the pressure. And again, Sahani so keen to re-enter the fray that he was almost guilty of hitting on a break. He paused forwards once again, desperate in his pursuit of his opponent, trying to close the gap. ALAKHVERDOVI trying to protect what he figures will be a lead now and protect that injured eye as well. He's got a minute to negotiate his way through this. You see him pawing at that damaged eye with his left arm. And ALAKHVERDOVI will be keen to stay on the right side of the referee. He's trying to show him that he's not the one holding. Sahani steams back into his opponent once again. It's another untidy tangle, and ALAKHVERDOVI is going to have to watch this if he doesn't want to pick up a warning from the referee. Pushing down on the back of his opponent, Sahani. It's another clinch. And it's Sahani who is, it's ALAKHVERDOVI who is doing the holding. Sahani trying to get his hands free. Look at that, he's tying a man up once again. I think he's going to make it through to the finish line without picking up a warning from the referee. Sahani continuing to press, and his all-out aggression may well have been enough to take the final round, what was very untidy once again. But again, a point is going to be removed from the scorecard, the score tally of Govind Sahani, because he was penalized, given a warning for failing to keep his head up. He really put it on Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI in the third and final round. But I think the tied scores of 19 points apiece, with that warning taken into account, I think it's going to be the man in blue who goes through. But remember, in the event that we do have tied scores, if Sahani has won that round, we'll go to preference. Could be a split decision. Which way is it going?
The winner of points by split decision is the boxer out of the blue corner.
And there is confirmation of a split decision verdict of Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, taking it on a 4-0 split. You can see it's all square for the judge from Canada, and scores of 29-27 across the other four scorecards. Govind Sahani picked up a warning in that round for failing to keep his head up. And you see the Indian coaches, and indeed Sahani, were just closely scrutinizing the monitor at the conclusion of what was a very hard-fought physical contest indeed. Is Sakhil ALAKHVERDOVI, who goes through to the quarterfinals, the third preliminary round of action in the men's 48-kilogram minimum weight tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen,